K9GO, this thing.
It's K9GO, this K9GCR. Good evening, we're just getting ready to start the net here.
I'm sorry. There we go. Check me in and out if you would, sir.
Okay, we'll put you down. I'll tell you what, I'll put you down as a regular check-in since we're about to get underway. Just go ahead and check you in then.
All right, just check me in short time. There you go. Hey, thank you. Have a good night there, Jimmy.
Okay, thanks for checking in, sir. You have a good evening. Good evening, everybody. It's 8 o'clock. And welcome to the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford. My name is Jim. My call is K9GCR. And I'm located in Freeport. I'll be your host this evening. The purpose of having this net is what the name implies, to have fun. That's what this hobby of amateur radio is all about, in addition to providing emergency communication if one situation warrants. A secondary purpose of this net is providing on-air meeting place for all amateur radio operators. Everybody is welcome to check in. You do not have to be a member of any club, organization, group, or association to participate in this net. All you need is a valid FCC license. This net meets each and every Friday evening at 8 p.m. This repeater is a PL 114.8 plus offset. You need to have that program in your radio in order to have access to the repeater. For those who may be using older radios that do not have PL capability, or the PL on your radio is not working properly, you can check in the Friday Night Fun Net by using the repeater output frequency is straight to 195 simplex. If I hear you, I will nod you and check in the net. Okay, this is the Friday Night Fun Net for Friday, January 12th, 2024. This net is being live streamed on the internet via YouTube. Mike, K9MED in Rochelle is doing the honors. Also, this net is being recorded for future replay on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page. For those of you who are listening on the internet, you want to check in on the internet, check in with Mike, K9MED, and he in turn will relay your internet check-in to me via the radio. Now, if you're out in the sticks, you can hear the repeater, but you can't get to it due to the conditions. You're too far away from it, or you don't have internet access. You can just give me a call on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Hotline, area code 815-232. FN to FN, that's 232-3636, local Freeport number. I'll take your check-in over the phone, but try to check it on the radio if at all possible. Okay, we had one hotline check-in. That was Pat, KF9SD in Warren, Illinois. So he checked it on the phone. So, okay, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to take short-time mobilizations. If you can't stay with the net, you got something else going on. You got family and business to attend to. You got something else going on. If you can't stay with the net, take your short-time mobile check-ins. If you have traffic, we'll do your traffic right away. As we get done with short-time mobilizations, we'll take the general check-ins. First, we'll take general check-ins from northern Illinois. Next, we'll take general check-ins from southern Wisconsin. After that, we'll take general check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin. When you check in, state whether or not you have traffic. Your traffic consists of breakfast, marathons, bike rides, or ham fest? Okay, we'll do our regular features. We'll do our Friday night fun at the tech corner. Are you having a problem with your power supply or amplifier? What kind of a radio? What kind of an antenna do you want to put up on your tower? What kind of a radio do you want to buy? Base, mobile, all mode, APRS, ST8, or what have you. If you have any technical questions, please feel free to ask them. We'll do our best to answer them for you. Then we'll do our Friday night fun net contest / DX corner. Did you make any HF contacts this week? The only two I made was to an Ole Miss net. We'll just leave it at that. And also, if you know of any contests that are taking place this weekend, we would like to know about them. Then we'll have our swap net. You have any items to buy, sell, trade, or want related to hobbies, ramps, radio, or computers? We'll definitely do that. Tonight's topic, radio, ham radio etiquette. I'm happy to say we've got new hams coming into this hobby. A couple of hams who've been absent for a long time are getting back into it, getting back in the hobby. And the repeaters have become very active, be it analog or digital. Tonight we're going to talk about radio etiquette. We're going to talk about some of the do's and the don'ts of this hobby. What you should do, what you should not do. Anybody has any suggestions, we'll do that. So, okay. Okay, now we got the so-called formalities out of the way. Let's get underway. Do we have any short-time remote stations? I'd like to check in. Please call now.
KD9MED, short time.
N4 WGN, Bob here in Freeport, about a mile west of you, short time.
Alpha 9, Victor Uniform, Michael in Janesville, short time.
Good evening, Jimmy, W9JTC, gonna check in short time tonight. Have a great net, sir.
Okay, we've got 4 stations checking in. K9YDG, Dale and Robert, checking in short time. Okay, Dale, thanks for checking in. You have a good evening. Maybe we'll catch you on the Saturday evening ride to net tomorrow night at 8 o'clock on this repeater. N4WGN, Bob here in Freeport, about a mile west of me. Got you checked in short time. Senator, you have a good evening. And we'll talk to you down the log. KD9VU, Mike in Janesville, I've got you checked in short time. You have a good evening. Thank you for checking in. W9JTC, Jamie in Southeast Rockford, we got you checked in. I'll get back to you. No, that's right. You're checking in short time. You have a good evening, and thank you for checking in. Do we have any more short time remote stations for the Friday night fun net? Please call now.
K9RFD, Paul and Los Spark, short time, 73, and everybody stay safe.
Station 9 QPL, Paul and Los Spark. Okay, Paul, I've got you checked in. We'll get back to... That's right, you're checking in short time. You have a good evening, and we'll talk to you down the hall. Thanks for checking in. Any more short time remote stations for Friday night fun net? Please call now. Oh boy, did I step on somebody? If there are any more short-time remote stations, come on back.
Kilo Bravo 9, Sugar Victor.
KD9SSV, Mike, is that you?
Yes, sir, Jimmy, it's me. Out in Roscoe. I got a good thing you can say on your Friday night. Remember Johnny Carson? You can say, "Here's Jimmy." Back to you, Jim.
Oh yeah, I remember that, Johnny Carson. You bet. That. Okay, Mike. Thanks for Thanks for checking in a short time, Sundry. Have a good evening. We'll definitely catch you tomorrow night on Saturday evening right to that. Any more short time of bull stations you want to check in, please call now. Alright, we have 7 short time stations, so okay, we'll now move to general check-ins. At this time, I'll take general check-ins for Northern Illinois for the Friday night fun net. Please call now.
W9KLG, South Rockford.
W9KLG, Kevin and Rockford. Okay, Kevin, I've got you checked in. I'll get back to you through this roundtable. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins for Northern Illinois for the Friday night fun net? Please call now.
K9FDO.
K9RFD. Good evening, Justin. After that long, exhausting day of driving today, finally made home. Okay, Justin, I've got you checked in. I'll get back to you through Ms. Roundtable. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday night fun net? Please call now.
KD9MED, Mike and Rochelle with traffic.
KD9MED, Mike and Rochelle, got you checked in. Do you want to get your traffic now or do you want to wait? It don't matter to me.
I'll go ahead and do it now, Jimmy. I just wanted to mention that I've got a friend of mine that's been asking me a lot about amateur radio and how to get started, and gave him the link to the live stream tonight. So, he just needs to know about some testing areas and where to go for it all. 89MED back to net.
Okay, well, the next BE testing session here in Freeport will take place on Saturday, February 3rd. At the Freeport Public Library at 12:30 p.m. Now, the BE testing sessions here in Freeport take place during the even number of the months. And I don't know, hopefully someday, and we talked about this morning, hopefully someday you'll get the BE testing session started in the Rockford area again. That'd be great, but the next BE testing session here in Freeport will be Saturday, February 3rd at 12:30 p.m. at the Freeport Public Library. Well, tell him to get him a ARRL text Q&A book, or you can get one from Gordon West. They're a good tool, so he can start studying. And he can be ready, well, if February is a little bit too early, he can be ready for April or June there, too.
All right, copy that, Jimmy. I gave him some information on the ARRL site there to get him started.
Thank you very much. We sure appreciate this. We definitely need new blood in this hobby. And you know what? Things are really starting to pick up. I think we're getting back to what it used to be. Well, several years ago, with a couple of hams coming back on the air, new hams coming in the hobby, and the repeaters being active again. Okay, thank you very much, there, Mike.
All right, copy that, Jimmy.
Okay, we'll get back to you through this roundtable. Okay, continue on with general check-ins from Northern Illinois. Do we have any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for Friday night fun net? Please call now.
KD9ZIY.
Hey, there he is. KD9ZIY. Seth in Duran, the new kid on the block. Welcome to the Friday night fun net. Seth, I'm saying this officially, even though I checked you in as an honorary check-in, you're now you're checked in officially. That's great. Seth, I'll get back to you a few minutes around here. Thanks for checking in.
I'll be checking in.
Okay, N9DLB David Freeport, is that you?
Yes, sir, Jimmy, we're checking in. No traffic. N9DLB. Good evening, everyone.
N9DLB, Dave here in Freeport, about a mile east of me. He lives north of beautiful downtown Freeport. Okay, Dave, I've got you checked in. Thanks for checking in, and 7-3. Okay, do we have any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KD9MED, carrying Rockford.
Well, speaking of etiquette, that was kind of embarrassing. I just transmitted that on the Freeport repeater. This is KD9ZDD Mike, out by Davis, no traffic.
Mike, I forgot to turn the other radio off. I thought I heard somebody. I thought I heard you on 3.9. So okay, that sounds good. Let me turn this other radio off here. Let me go ahead and check you in there. Okay, KD9ZDD. Okay, Mike, I've got you checked in. I'll get back to you a few minutes roundtable. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois with the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KD9MED, carrying Rockford.
KD9MED, Carrie and Rockford, the Duke of Digital DX. Okay, Carrie, I've got you checked in. I'll get back to you a few minutes roundtable. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois with the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Unable to copy. There's nothing but noise with your signal. You might want to increase your power or change your location. Let's try that one more time, please. Okay. On any station listening, please go to the input. Let's see if we can copy that station. Last station, try that one more time. If we don't get you, we're going to have to move on. Anybody get a copy on that station?
Negative copy. I listen on the input for you, Jimmy. K9FD.
Thank you, Justin. I'll tell you what, that last station, give me a call on the Friday Night Fun Net hotline. Area code 815-232-FNFN. 232-3636, local Freeport number. I'll take your check-in over the phone. And meanwhile, we're going to move on. Okay, do we have any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, got a big turnout from Northern Illinois. Let's see if we can get just as good a turnout from Southern Wisconsin. We have any general check-ins from Southern Wisconsin for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KC9RGG, Norm from snowy Orfordville, Wisconsin.
KC9RGG, Norm in Orfordville, Wisconsin. I gotta ask you this, Norm. Did you send me that beautiful package that I got in the mail Monday? Were you the one that sent that beautiful banner?
Yep, Jim, that was me. I thought you might like to have it around the apartment there or take it out to field days.
Well, I think I'll just hang it up on the wall here. Thank you very much for doing that. we kind of suspected it was probably you, but I thought I wasn't going to say anything. I want to wait, but that is a beautiful banner. Those of you who don't know, Norm sent me I think it's that banner is 3 feet long and 1.5 feet wide. White lettering against a blue background, big letters. Friday Night Fun Net. KD9 GCR, Freeport, Illinois. Norm, thank you very much. Whenever we get, I don't know when we're going to get that hung up, but whenever we do have somebody come take pictures of it, we'll post it on the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page. Thank you very much.
Jim, I thought the best thing so far tonight was whoever it was that said, "Here's Jimmy."
I thought that was great too. I think, yeah, that was my K9RFD and Roscoe. Thank you very much, Norm. I'll get back to you a few minutes roundtable. Thanks for checking in, and thanks for the package. Do we have any more general check-ins from Southern Wisconsin for Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
Evening, Jimmy. This is Kilo Delta 9 Golf Delta Yankee. Jim in Beloit.
Mr. Roundtable, thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins from Southern Wisconsin for Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
9GDY.
Okay, Jim, I did acknowledge you. I've got you checked in.
Must have been a double.
Okay, do we have any more stations who want to check the Friday Night Fun Net from Southern Wisconsin? Please call now.
KC9GCR. This is Kilo Delta 9, Kilo Whiskey Romeo, down in Beloit. No traffic tonight, Jim.
KD9KWR, down in also in Beloit. I've got you checked in. I'll get back to you a few minutes roundtable. Thank you for checking in. Any more general check-ins from Southern Wisconsin for Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Well, even though we got blizzard conditions and the snowfall and what have you there, it is Friday night fish fry night in Wisconsin. All the diehards are there at their friendly neighborhood bars, restaurants, or taverns. Their catfish, buffalo, carp, northern pike, walleye, muskie, crappie, or bluegills. Those of you in the Milwaukee area, use your Polish sausages, hot dogs, brats, kielbasa, and Braunschweiger. Of course, the cheese whoever eats on that famous Wisconsin cheese. Looks like the ice should be thick enough on those lakes so you can drive on them and take your shanties, your TVs, your generators, your radios, your food, your beer, and your fishing gear. Cut holes in ice, do some ice fishing. Don't forget to take your ACs with you so you can check in the Friday Night Fun Net. Okay. Do we have any more check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin for Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Oh, yes, that's right. The rah-rah meeting is currently underway. They're meeting via the Zoom. So I'll probably pick up some more check-ins after their meeting is over. Okay, let's go on with the traffic portion. First of all, the weather situation. Stevenson County is under a blizzard warning from now until 12 noon tomorrow. And usually over in Winnebago County, down in Ogle County, you've got you're still under a winter storm warning until 12 noon tomorrow. I don't know how many inches of snow we got, but we got the blowing and drifting. It's going to continue all night. So beware. Don't go out. Just let's plain old stay home. So we'll just leave it that way. Also, tomorrow's Stevenson County Repeater Association monthly meeting has been canceled. We were going to meet at tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. at the Freeport Public Library. Justin, K9FDO, was going to give a demonstration on all the basic digital equipment that he has. However, that meeting's been canceled. We will meet again in next month. So, okay. Does anybody else have any traffic that they'd like to pass along for the net?
K9GDY.
Go ahead, Jim.
The breakfast, supposedly there's a breakfast at Denny's tomorrow for the Greater Blight Amateur Radio Club on Illinois 75 and I-90 there at the South Blight exit. Now, I don't think it's getting canceled, but I don't know how many people will show up because of the weather, so it may not be a very good turnout, but I'm planning on going if I can, and I'm pretty sure I can get out with the four-wheel drive. So anyhow, that's at 8 a.m. at Denny's Restaurant there at the Flying J in South Beloit tomorrow. So, yeah, we'll see what kind of turnout we get. Back to net, KD9GDY.
K9FLO for comment.
Thanks, there, Jim. K9FLO, go ahead, Dean.
Hi, Jim. K9FLO here. I just wanted to let you know I did not send out any invites for breakfast today, mainly because of the weather, so I just kind of figured if somebody wanted to go over there and get together, I just kind of figured better be safe than sorry, because we don't know what's going to happen yet for tomorrow. Anyway, just kind of, I didn't send the regular weekly or the monthly invite out just because of the weather, and leave it up to anybody that wants to do whatever they want to do. So, left in your hands there, Jim. K9FLO.
Roger there, Dean. Back to net, KD9GDY.
I already got you checked in the net. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't think anybody will show up under those conditions, but that sounds good. Dean, thank you very much.
Good evening, Jimmy. Didn't mean to jump in there, but I just got the radio turned on, and I figured I better get down there and see if everything still works. Yeah, it's been a very interesting day for sure. Lots of weather going on, and lots of snow and all that good type stuff. So now I guess tomorrow morning we're going to have the winds and the temperatures will be rolling in. So, boy, I'm glad I'm not over in Iowa having to go out and do the caucus voting for sure. KC9GCR K9FLO.
Oh boy, ain't that the truth. Well, of course, we're under a blizzard warning here in Stevenson County until noon tomorrow. So that's I ain't planning on going any place. At least for several days anyway. It's supposed to get cold. Monday's supposed to get 0 degrees for a high. It's going to be something else too.
Yeah, very true. So yeah, it's going to be interesting tomorrow. Hard to say. Hopefully it'll just fall apart. But yeah, the county's already, or township's been through here already, and my driveway's all blocked off at the top anyway. So I'll have a project in the morning regardless, is to clear everything out. And the bad thing of it is it's freezing underneath it. That's turning ice. So I'm not looking forward to that. And not only that, I'm getting too old for this there, Jimmy. Go ahead.
So is everybody else. That's one thing I don't have to worry about. We got good maintenance crews here at our high rise that takes care of that stuff.
Very good. Yeah, my maintenance crew isn't very good anymore. I'm getting too tired now. There, I
understand. Hey, Dean, thanks for checking in. I don't know if Kurt is going to check it or not. He's at the rah-rah meeting, but their meeting will be a Zoom, so maybe you might come along later if you want to stick around for the rest of the net here.
Yeah, I'll be around here for a bit until I get hollered at or something to that effect. All right, Jimmy, take care. Talk to you later. 7-3s. Jim, have a great one. If you go over for breakfast tomorrow, and anybody's there, say hi to everybody for me. And wait for next month, maybe to be a little warmer or nicer. The K9FLO will be clear.
We'll see what happens. Thanks, Dean, for checking. We'll get back to you maybe a little bit later on. Do we have any more stations from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, now let's move on to the Friday Night Fun Net Tech Corner. This is everybody gets a chance to ask any technical questions. Are you having a problem with your power supply or amplifier? What kind of antennas do you want to put up on your tower? Do you have what kind of radio do you want to buy? Base, mobile, all mode, APRS, FT8, or what have you? Any technical questions? Please feel free to ask them. We'll do our best to answer them for you. Anybody have any technical questions at this time? Please go ahead. Well, no technical questions that I'm aware of, so we'll move on to the Friday Night Fun Net Contest /DX Corner. Did you make any DX contacts this week? The only contacts I made was from, let's see, KD9RFD net control of the old Miss net a couple of days ago. The last, I called and I acknowledged his call and he called her and he called me, so that was about it. Okay. Does anybody have any technical questions? No, we're done with that. Anybody have any contest or DX information they'd like to bring forward?
K9GDY.
K9GDY, go ahead, Jim.
Jimmy, I've been busy. Actually, I didn't get to check in last week, so since January 2nd, I've made 146 contacts on CW, and a lot of them are DX. I just got done just a matter of seconds ago. I just worked KH6EM out of Hawaii. I've worked him on 6 or 7 bands. I've worked Alaska on 6 or 7 bands. Let me do the count here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7 bands each. Hawaii and Alaska. I've worked France, South America, New Zealand, Netherlands, Germany, Japan. I kind of been all over, so the bands have been pretty good. So anyway, yeah, I've been having fun playing radio. KD9GDY.
That is great. I'm glad you're involved in that. That's great. Key contest. That's for sure. Are you participating in the winter heat?
Jimmy, that's a negative. So yeah, I've been working on the Straight Key Century Club's Straight Key month, but I had an antenna up just for the purpose of doing winter heat, but I didn't really get too involved and didn't hear anybody a couple times, and with the storms coming and all that, I took my 7-element Yagi down the other day before the storms hit, so I guess I'm not going to do winter heat this year, and I was kind of hoping, well, if I do, it'll be on my vertical, let's put it that way, so it's not too late, there's still some time left. KD9GDY.
Yeah, you got a little over half a month to go there. That's for sure. Sounds good. I'm sure if Al K9EPC checks in, that he'll give us a report about how he's doing for winter heat. Thanks. Okay, Jim. Thank you for checking in and giving us that report. Continue working that straight key contest.
Okay, Jimmy. Yeah, we'll do. I'm monitoring right now the page, the spotter page, so maybe I'll even pick up another one before the end of the net. KD9GDY.
Sounds good, Jim. Thanks. Does any more stations have any DX or contest information you want to pass along?
KD9MED.
K9MED. Okay, Kerry, go ahead. What you got for us?
Thanks, Jimmy. Good evening, everybody. This week I was on the air for only an hour and a half. I made 22 contacts, and I got two new South African stations, ZS6EFN and ZS6ANT. So that makes 19 South African stations I've worked so far. A bunch of Canada too. Brief reset. As for contests, reminder to everybody that the first weekend in February, the state QSO party contests resume again, and the first weekend in February it'll be Minnesota, Vermont, and British Columbia. Brief reset. From contestcalendar.com, I see that the Indonesians are running a DX contest that's sideband only. That'll be all day Saturday, and this is UTC time, so that one's already been underway now for 4 hours. That's sideband only, and all these are the main bands only. They generally don't work the WARC bands. I see that the SKCC has a weekly sprint-a-thon that runs from midday Saturday to the end of the day Sunday. Brief reset.
Section.
Stand by there, Gary. This is K9G Sharp, the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting from Friday Night Fun Net Central Air Freeport. Go ahead with your question there, Jim.
Yeah, I don't get the caller's name there. MAP. Yeah, the SKCC sprint, weekend sprint tomorrow starts at, would be 12 UTC, so 6 o'clock here Central Time, 6 in the morning. It'll start and then run till 6 at night on Sunday. KD9GDY.
Okay, thanks, Jim. Gary, did you get that information?
Yes, sir. There's also going to be another CW contest that runs from 1800 Saturday to 600 Sunday, and that's the North American QSO party, the CW division only, running for that 24-hour period. Brief reset. Now I'm going to pitch a contest that I started talking about last week. On January 20th, there's going to be, this is a receiving-only contest, so you don't have to have a license to participate. All you got to do is hear it and report it. They're going to send a secret message, a so-called number station, using a one-time pad cryptography. They're going to send it by CW and RTTY. Brief reset. This will be transmitted by station KPH on the west coast of the United States. It's an old maritime radio telephone station that's been taken over by hobbyists. And anybody who can crack the code gets a certificate. You can get all the details at radiomarine.org. radiomarine.org. Brief reset. One of the things that's challenging about this contest is that the frequencies that they broadcast on are the marine telecommunications bands. So they're not on ham bands, and they're not on the traditional shortwave broadcast bands. They're in the in-between spaces in there. And so it's kind of a challenge for a guy like me who has antennas that are cut for ham frequencies only, you know, without doing some tuner trickery to receive them very well. So I just think it's a really interesting contest. I'll give more information next Friday. Oh, brief reset. That's radiomarine.org, radiomarine.org. If you want to practice listening to their station, they're going to come up at tomorrow at noon our time, and they'll be running until about 6 p.m. And you'll have to go to their site for the list of frequencies. Thanks a lot, KD9MED.
You're welcome, Gary, and thank you for that great DX and contest report. Does anybody have any questions for Gary? Okay, Gary, we'll get back to you in a few minutes for the roundtable. Any other station have any DX reports or contest information before we move on? Okay, now we'll move on to the SWAT net. All lines to be bought, sold, or traded must be related to the hobbies of RAM radio or computers. All lines to be bought, sold, or traded must be the property of or in possession of the person who wants to get rid of the stuff. You may mention the price over there, but any haggling should take place either in person or over the telephone. Also, no commercial business of any kind is allowed. Does anybody have any SWAT net traffic you'd like to pass along? Okay, let me get all my papers straightened out here, and then we'll move on. We'll move on to the round table. Now let's see. I better make sure I got the right papers. So, okay. Okay, before we move on to the round table, are there any more stations who would like to check in the Friday Night Fun at this time? Please call now. Okay. Ham radio etiquette. What to do and what not to do when you're in this hobby. We got a lot of new people coming into this hobby. Repeaters are being active again, and some of the hams who've been absent for a long time are coming back to the airways. So what can we do? So, anybody have any? Okay. Anybody have any suggestions for ham radio etiquette? Let's see. Kevin, W9KLG, do you have any suggestions for any of the, what do you have, like, what to do and what not to do in this, for this hobby?
W9KLG here. I think the major thing is to do is, you just try to make it exciting and be really courteous to people.
Yes, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Okay, Kevin, anything else that I can bring before the net?
Jimmy, I don't have anything at the moment, and thank you for allowing. Thank you for running this net, W9KLG.
You're welcome, Kevin. I'll just check all my checking list, see when the 800th edition of the net's going to be. It's going to be sometime this spring, I know that. Just have to look through there. Okay, thanks. Kevin says 73. Okay, Justin, K9FDO. Ham radio etiquette. What are your suggestions?
Well, Jimmy, for... Oh boy, I got another radio in the room going off. For etiquette, give me 1 second. I am hearing an echo myself. K9FDO, 1 second.
Yes, you might want to, anybody listening, you might want to turn your background noise down or off or what have you. Okay, we'll stand by here for Justin.
Sorry about that, Jimmy. As far as etiquette, you know, there's a certain level of free speech versus just being appropriate. There's a fine line you have to balance as far as speaking on the air. But as far as off the air, which is kind of where Kevin went there, I absolutely agree with him. Being courteous, helping people, going out of the way, making certain sacrifices to help people out and keep things rolling and going. I think that's an important part of it that we could add and talk about as well. But anyway, though, yep, just keep it as clean as you can, but do find ways to express your opinions and anything along those lines. But I'll give it back to you, Jimmy. Great job on the net tonight. It's it's been a pretty good net. It took 40 minutes to get to the round table, so I consider that a win. K9FD.
You got a good point there, Justin. Yes. Yes. And okay, KD9MED, Mike, ham radio etiquette. Do you have any suggestions?
KD9MED here. Well, you know, online, of course, you know, always use your call sign in. Don't be pirating anything, and, you know, follow the rules and all that. Of course, you know, there's always nothing wrong with asking for help. Brief reset. And then in my case, I know in the past month I've helped out 2 people get steered towards the Friday Night Fun Net and asking a lot of questions about amateur radio and just the radio equipment that I use in general, and telling them about it and how to get licensed for it. KD9MED, back to net.
That's good, that's good. I hope your friend is listening to this there too. So, okay, thank you very much, Mike, and thank you for all you do. Okay, Seth, KD9ZIY, the new kid on the block. Been in the license for about 3 weeks now, or or whatever. So we're talking about ham radio etiquette. Of course, you're new to the hobby, so I couldn't tell you what to tell you about that. But other than that, what is going on with you, Seth?
How's it going there, Jimmy? Yeah, I don't know if I'm the the best for advice when it comes to etiquette. I mean, thankfully, everyone that I've met through this hobby is nice and courteous, so it's made it easy to talk to. Sometimes I've let some stuff slip that I'm still probably need to work my better half on. But yeah, first time checking into the Fun Net, so it's good to hear from you, Jimmy. Thanks for hosting, and this is a good time.
Well, Seth, I thank you for checking in. This is actually your actual first time at checking on this. I think you checked in short time one time, or as early check-in, but and I put you down as an honorary check-in. But welcome to this net. And by the way, Mike, K9MED is recording this net for future replay on the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page. I don't know if you have Facebook or not, but if you do, you enjoy listening to this net and past editions of the Friday Night Fun Net. He's also live streams it on the internet. So when you two are in Puerto Rico next Friday night, you'll be either checking on the internet, or you can give me a phone call on the hotline. So that's for sure. And I gave a Tom. Seth, thanks for checking in. Okay, N9DLB has moved on. Let's see, Mike, KD9PDD, if you're still with us. He's another ham here in Stevenson County, lives over by Davis. Mike, what do you suggest? Do you have any suggestions for ham radio etiquette?
This is KV9CDD, Mike out by Davis. So yeah, so far there's been a lot about be nice, kind, help other people, and that's excellent advice. What I'd like to touch on is let's talk about operating. I run a lot of digital modes, and it's very easy in the digital modes to overdrive your signal. It's very easy to run to way more power than you need. So, you know, ham radio etiquette there. Make sure your signals are nice and clean. Make sure you're on the frequencies you think you're supposed to be on. Make sure you're not overdriving your equipment and just throwing splatter all over everybody else. Things like if you're going to do voice HF, make sure you call a couple of times on the frequency there might be guys talking that you can't hear that other people let you know. So just make sure technically that you're doing a real good job as well as being polite about it.
Yes, I hope you and Justin get together sometime on the digital mode. He is definitely he's even he's got a new Yaesu FGM 991. As he can talk, he can work digital HF and what have you. He can give you the whole lowdown on that stuff there. Mike, thanks for checking in. I don't know if you have to work tomorrow, but if you do, drive safely.
Well, Jimmy, I didn't have to work tomorrow, but I did have to work all day today, and I'm glad to be home and out.
Sounds good. 773, Mike. Thanks for taking it. Mike is a member of the Stevenson County Sheriff's Department, deputy. So that's great. Hopefully someday the current sheriff, maybe he'll allow you to have a two-way, 2-meter or 440 mobiles in your squad car. That'd be great. Thanks for checking in, Mike. KD9MED, Kerry in Rockford. Kerry, any suggestions for ham radio etiquette? What do you say?
This is KD9MED. Well, I guess it would be listen before you transmit, and the other one would be send an acknowledgement of a QSO if it's a new station that you haven't worked with before. Either you send a QSL card, or the easiest thing to do is just keep your log on QRZ.com, the logging app there. It's free to use, and if the other guy is using QRZ.com also, it'll automatically match your QSOs together and send the acknowledgement, so it's automatic. KD9MED.
Sounds good there. And you know what? I forgot those that checked in. We should say hello to Seth, KD9ZIY, the new kid on the block. He's been licensed since last month there. I forgot to mention that.
Welcome aboard.
Again. Okay, sounds good there. Thank you. K9RFD Norm. We don't mean to keep you up late, but do you have any suggestions on ham radio etiquette? What are your suggestions?
KC9GCR, KC9RGG. My suggestions, Jim, are real simple. Listen a lot, talk a lot less.
That sounds like some very good advice, that's for sure. Thanks.
Again. Rob, you have a good net, and you're right. I'm going to hit the sack.
Norm, thanks for checking in. Thank you for that package. I sure appreciate this. Okay, I think we have another station trying to check in. Other station, come back, please.
KD9EPZ, good evening, Jimmy.
KD9EPZ, Al. Okay, I've got you checked in, Al. I'll get back to you in a couple minutes here. KD9GDY, Jim, are you still with us? Do you have any advice for as far as ham radio etiquette goes?
KD9GDY, not really. The comments have been good so far, so I do want to congratulate Seth, I believe was the name, on getting his new ham ticket there. KD9GDY, and good evening there, Al, to you.
Okay, sounds good. Jim, 7-3, have a good evening, and thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Okay, KD9KWR, Don and Boyd, what's going on with you? Do you have any suggestions as far as ham radio etiquette goes? KWR, are you still with us? Okay, he's moved on. K9FLO, Dean, are you still with us? What's the suggestion? What are your suggestions for ham radio etiquette? Okay, KD9EPZ. First of all, how is winter heat coming along?
Doing okay. Last couple of days, including tonight, I've had a lot of trouble hearing people. Matter of fact, even the net here is fading in and out on me. It's I've got a bunch of ice and snow packed on my antenna, and it seems to be affecting it. My SWR isn't too bad, but it seems like my receive is really down in the dumps.
It's been that way all night, I think. Well, I think the weather has a lot to do with it, too. Okay, we're talking about ham radio etiquette. Do you have any suggestions, Al?
I think the main thing is to make sure that your brain is engaged before putting your mouth in gear.
Boy, ain't that the truth. I agree with you wholeheartedly on that one, Al. This is K9GCR, the Friday Night Fun Net, and the K9RFD Repeater Rocker transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Sanctuary Report. Okay, thank you, Al. Thanks for checking in there. So, okay. That concludes my list. Do we have any more stations who would like to check the Friday Night Fun Net this time? You're coming over your Friday night fish fry, steak fry, or grocery shopping, or the show, or if you're even outside, you're nuts. If you're just turning your radio on, you've been copying the mail for the last almost an hour, this is your chance to check the Friday Night Fun Net. Remember, we're in the region without traffic, please call K9GCR.
K9GCR. Good evening, Jimmy. Here's W9AXD Chad in Janesville.
W9AXD, good evening, Chad. And thank you for the package that you sent me. I got that yesterday, and I'm going to enjoy using them when the time comes. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I heard you last night say that on the net, but you're kind of hard to hear. I got a feeling the wintertime affects signals a little bit. I think my antenna on the tower is tilted over at a 45-degree angle, which probably isn't helping much. But we're going to have my tower guy come back and look at that here when it gets a little bit warmer. I don't want him climbing the tower when it's 0 or 5 above. That's not fair. So we'll just hang out with that. So yeah, no problem on the box there. Those things sure are nice. If it's cold or you're not feeling well, it sure does help.
Thank you very much for doing that. I also kept your name and address there, so if I want to send like a Christmas card next year or something, I definitely kept that portion of the box. So I got it in my desk drawer here, my radio desk.
Oh, very good. Yeah, that sounds good. Do you? I know you said you're legally blind, so do you prefer like printing or writing cursive? Because my wife writes signs the card, but we type the letters out. Did that help with that note that I give you? It's a little bit larger print.
It sure did, yes.
That's kind of why I did that. I think I folded it too, I'm not sure. But it was 18 points. I figured that might help a little bit.
That's for sure. Okay, Chad, we're talking about radio and ham radio etiquette. We got new hams in this hobby, as you well know. Repeaters are being active again. A couple of hams have been absent from the airwaves are back on the air. Do you have any suggestions for radio etiquette? What to do and what you should not do?
Well, I think it's one of the things maybe nobody mentioned is if you have a group of people, not on a net exactly, but just rag chewing on a repeater, just to talk, create like a round table. So for example, it'd be me, you, and Erica talking. Like you'd give it to me, I'd give it to her, she'd give it to you, so we know who's coming up next, so we don't step on each other on accident. And I don't know if anyone's mentioned that, but the other thing that obviously is mentioned in the book, and some people have a hard time not doing this deliberately, which I think is uncalled for and rude, and well, I'm not going to go any further than that, is malicious interference, which obviously is totally illegal, and that stuff doesn't even belong on CB. So that's my two things. And obviously don't forget to identify every 10 minutes. So that's about it that I can think of right off the top of my head.
Okay, Chad, yeah, that is definitely for sure. Another thing is, people need, like Walmart, some of these other stores are selling these ball-bang radios. Everybody and his brother or sister are buying them, and they go to transmit, you can't, and they think it's like CB, but it isn't. They transmitting on police frequencies, fire frequencies, what have you, and especially on these frequencies. I had a situation there late one night. It was last year. Somebody came. I was monitoring 3-9. Somebody said hello, hello, hello. I answered back. And I asked the person, what is your call sign? He didn't know what I was talking about. So I told him, well, I'll tell you what, this is not CB radio, this is 2-meter ham radio. In order to transmit on these frequencies, you have to have a license. I said, you go to ARRL, get a Tech Q&A book study, you can get your license, and get your, as soon as you get your license, you can talk. But until then, stay off the air. And he did that. And, Al K9EPZ was, he remembers that there, and he said, yeah, and he said too, if you get caught, it's a federal offense, you end up going to Leavenworth. That's another thing you gotta watch for there.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know why these box stores like that, Walmart, Target, they shouldn't even sell those things. And it says right on the package something like you need a license to operate. People don't, either they read it, or they don't see it, or they don't care. One of the three.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Okay. Do you want me to put down Erica? Does she want checking, or she got something else going on?
Hello, Jimmy. I'll talk for myself. How are you? KD9VBX here.
K9VBX, Erica, I got you checked in. So thanks to you and Chad for sending that package. I got it, UPS delivered it yesterday, and I got a phone call from the manager's office. Said you have a package. He said okay. I went downstairs and picked up. Thank you very much. I'll be using it when the time comes. I even saved your address there, and a part of that box there. I got it in one of my desk drawers in my ham shack. Thank you very much for doing that.
It's a pleasure, Jimmy. Us ham radio operators got to stick together, and so we, it's a caring and sharing community, and that's one of the things that we also have to remember for etiquette is, the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. If being a new ham radio operator, I appreciate people who are patient and have encouraging, supportive feedback, not, you didn't do this right. I appreciate the fact, because sometimes I can't hear the call sign, or they say it so fast, and that's another thing. be respectful of others and speak clearly and slow so that new people can catch your ID or your call sign and stuff. And there was something else I was going to add to that, but I don't remember right now. Back to you, Jimmy. KD9VBX.
That's okay. You said it all there. That's for sure. Oh, I'm just watching the news here, Channel 39. Snow plowing operations have stopped in Stevenson County. They pulled the plows off the road. They'll be back on the air tomorrow morning. And so did Joe Davis County. They pulled their plows off the road too earlier today. So, okay. Erica, thank you for checking in the Friday Night Fun Day. Enjoy your evening, and we'll talk to you down the log. Okay, do we have any more stations like to check in the Friday Night Fun Day? Please call now. Okay, now, I'm going to give you my words of wisdom as far as radio etiquette goes. This morning, we were having a conversation on the digital side of this repeater. Ricky, W9AXD, myself, Justin, K9FDO, and Kevin, W9KLG. We may be on digital, but folks, we got to watch what we say. And because you never know who might be listening. Ricky kind of got carried away, and said some things I thought, well, you really shouldn't say on these frequencies on ham radio. But definitely gotta watch what you say. Remember, we're not on TV, and yes, don't use inappropriate language or something. Another thing too, I hear this sometimes on the night watch net out of Chicago. These people, they're taking people talking bad mouthing our government officials or something like that. Folks, leave your politics at the door. We don't need to hear of who you vote for is your own business. That's your business. But leave the politics at the door. You don't need to talk about that stuff on ham radio. We're here to promote the hobby and promote goodwill. And just controversial subjects like brought up on the Saturday evening radio net. I feel that they should not be discussed. Everybody has their own opinions or what have you, but let's just leave it as it is. And well, let me reset. And those who are TV operators are getting into this hobby. I know some of you are set in your ways, and like it's going to be tough to break habits. Like on CB, you say 10-4, big 10-4, negatory, and all that kind of stuff. Folks, this is a whole new ball game when you get into this hobby. We don't use 10 codes. We use the Q code. Let's see. QSY means switching over to another frequency. QRT, then you're going off the air. QTH, that's your location, and what have you. So we use the Q code. We don't use the 10 code, and we don't talk about big dad, big daddy down SWAT last week, yeah, all that kind of stuff. Blah blah. We don't know. We don't talk like that here. We just use plain English. We're talking just like we do on the telephone. That's what it's all about. Nice spiel. Do we have any more stations who want to check the Friday Night Fun then? Please call now. And by all means, at the end of your Identify your stations before and at the beginning and end of your transmission. I had a well-respected ham radio operator call me on the phone. I think it was, we talked on the phone. I actually called him on New Year's night. He was saying that he doesn't get on the air much, so he listens, but he says if people complain, they're not IDing their calls at the end of their transmission. They just carry on and what have you. So, folks, let's just watch that, okay? So, okay, any more stations want to check the Friday Night Fun? Please call now. All right. Now, this is number 6 of the 30 original radio nut jokes. Justin K9FDO, this is your favorite radio nut joke. You know you're a radio nut when you absolutely need a radio with thousands of channels, even though you live in a town with 3 cops and a volunteer fire department, and the airport is 350 miles away. That's number 6 of the 30 original radio nut jokes. If you have a homemade radio nut joke you want to pass along, give me a call on the radio or on the Friday Night Fun Net hotline, area code 815-232-FNS10, 232-3636. That's a local Freeport number. So, okay, Justin, I hope you heard that joke. I know that's your favorite one of all.
QSL Jimmy, K9RFD.
Okay, thank you, Justin. Okay, now, since we're talking about the radio and etiquette and all that stuff, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the Amper's code, and then we're going to do the DX code of conduct and the contester's code of ethics. Okay. The Amper's code. 1. The Amper's considerate. He never knowingly uses the air in such a way as to lessen the pleasure of others. 2. The Amper's loyal. He offers his loyalty, encouragement, and support to his fellow radio amateurs, his local clubs, and to the American Radio Relay League to which Amps Radio is represented. 3. The Amps is progressive. He keeps the station abreast of science. It is well built and efficient. His operating practice is above reproach. 4. The Amps is friendly. Slow and patient sending when requested. Friendly advice and counsel to the beginner. Kindly assistance, cooperation, and consideration for the interests of others. These are marks of the amateur spirit. 5, and this is very important. The amateur is balanced. Radio is his hobby. He never allows him to interfere with any of his duties he owes in his home, his job, his school, or his community. And number 6, the amateur is patriotic. His knowledge and his station are always ready for the service of his country and his community. That's the amateur's code. As Tony, K9RFD, our EC here in the county, always says. Some to live by night only on the radio, but throughout life itself. Okay, now, next I'm going to read the DX code of conduct. Just a minute, hold on here. Yeah, here we go. 1. I will listen, and then listen again before calling. 2. I will only call if I can copy the DX station properly. 3. I will not trust the DX cluster and will be sure of the DX station call sign before calling. 4. I will not interfere with the DX station nor anyone calling, and will never take tune-up on the DX frequency or in the QSX slot. Let me reset. 5. I will wait for the DX station to end a contact before I call. 6. I will always send my full call sign. 7. I will call and then listen for a reasonable interval. I will not call continuously. 8. I will not transmit when the DX operator calls another call sign, not mine. 9. I will not transmit when the DX operator queries a call sign, not like mine. 10. I will not transmit when the DX station requests geographic areas other than mine. 11. When the DX operator calls me, I will not repeat my call sign unless I think he has copied it incorrectly. 12. I will be thankful if and when I do make the contact. 3. Number 13. I will respect my fellow hams and conduct myself so as to earn their respect. And number 14. This is some Terry K9MED and I put together. I will send a QSL card or email to the DX operator to confirm my contact with the station. That's the DX Code of Conduct. Now, I will read the Contester's Code of Ethics. 1. I will learn and obey the rules of any contest I enter, including the rules of my entry category. 2. I will obey the rules for amateur radio in my country. 3. I will not modify my logs after the contest by using additional data sources to correct call sign / exchange errors. 4. I will accept the judging and scoring decisions of the contest sponsor as final. 5. I will adhere to the DX Code of Conduct in my operating style. 6. I will use my frequency to any emergency communications activity. And number 7, I will operate my transmitter with sufficient signal quality to minimize interference to others. That's the Contester's Code of Ethics.
Check in.
I'll tell you what, Rick, K9 QDP says. If everybody observed the DX Code of Conduct and the Contester's Code of Ethics, anybody would make any contact at all. But that's something we really should do. Everybody should do that, including myself. There's one thing that I failed to mention, and I'm one of the biggest offenders of them all. I key up too quickly. Of course, everybody does, and we really shouldn't do that. I just gotta watch myself when I do that. So does everybody else. So let's after we station gets done transmitting, let's wait a few seconds before we key up. That way, if somebody else wants to get on the frequency, they will do so. Okay.
Check in.
Go ahead.
Yeah, KC9GCR. This is Kilo Delta 9 Quebec Victor Bravo. Brian in Roscoe.
All right, I finally got this right. Kilo Delta 9 Quebec Delta Bravo.
Negative. Kilo Delta 9 Quebec Victor Bravo.
I do it. All right, I make the V over the D there. Brian, what's going on with you?
Oh, not a lot tonight, Jimmy. Just went out earlier right at sundown and ran the snowblower up and down the driveway and got it all clear, and then did my neighbor's too. He needed a little help, so ran over there and run my blower on his driveway too. So I do that when I can. It's kind of fun helping the other folks out when they need it. So other than that, staying inside and staying warm. Baked a nice warm loaf of homemade bread today.
That is great, Brian. That's great. Definitely sounds good. We're talking about radio etiquette here. We got new hams coming on here, and we got the repeaters are being used more again. A couple of hams are coming back on there after long absences. We're talking about radio etiquette. Do you have any suggestions as far as radio etiquette goes?
Sure. I think I heard someone mention this earlier, and you, I think, mentioned it as well, and that is speaking slowly and clearly when we're saying our call signs. We get so used to saying our call sign. I can say it, KD9QVB, and nobody on the other end is going to pick that up unless they're really, really good at it. So slowing it down, KD9QVB, seems to help, and I wish everybody would do that. Over.
Yes, you are absolutely right about that. And I was thinking, I think I do the same thing too. But I think that's what we all should do. You know, when I'm on Wires X on digital, if I hear a station stateside or overseas, they throw out, ask for a radio check. I'll wait a few seconds. I'll key the mic, hold it down for a couple of seconds. And I'll give my call slowly and phonetically.
Fantastic. Well, that will definitely get you a lot more logins from people because they can hear what you're saying and they can get it right the first time, and they'll move that way. They'll get you in their log, and you'll be able to acknowledge it. So that's really good.
That's for sure. That's for sure. Okay. Oh, we got 11 inches of snow here, and let's see. Robert got 6.4 inches. Just watching the 9 o'clock news on the channel 39. Well, that's how much snow we got here. 11 inches.
Wow, you got a lot. Yeah, we got probably about 8 out here in Roscoe. It looked like when I looked at the snow after I had snow blown it, I would have measured it probably close to 8 inches.
Okay, sounds good, sounds good. They're showing the Jefferson Street Bridge in downtown Rockford. I don't know if they're showing well, they're showing a live picture now. There's only a few cars driving there, so okay. Brian, have a good evening. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend. We'll talk to you down the log. Thank you for checking in.
All right, Jimmy. Yeah, thanks for taking my call and get me on your log tonight. Glad to be a part of it. So everybody have a good night. Kilo Delta 9, Quebec, Victor Bravo. Back to you.
Okay. Do we have any more stations who would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net this time? Please call now. Oh, the rah-rah meeting must be a long one. I thought sure I'd get some more from checking from them, but I suppose they might have something else going. They might have something else going on too. So okay. I also wanted to tell you, I got a Mel K9RFD, the trustee of our 39 repeater, had surgery yesterday. It was I don't know what kind of surgery he had, but he got to go home right away. He gave me a copy of it was an amateur radio newsline broadcast for Friday. Let's see, just a minute. Oh yeah, for Friday, December 22nd. There was I requested that there was a copy of the night before Christmas. They do that every year on the amateur radio newsline. So I got 2 copies of that, both ham radio editions. as the longer one that I read during the Christmas edition of the net, and there was a shorter version of that, which I got. Mel K9RFD called me on the radio. They wanted to know if everything was okay. I said, yes, everything was fine. I got the complete copy. I told them, thank you very much. So, next Christmas, I'll be reading the shorter version of the ham radio version the night before Christmas. Okay. Any more stations you want to check the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, let me put my papers together here. You want to see when I'm doing the net here, all this desk is covered with all full of paperwork and what have you. Okay. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, I usually use black ink, but tonight I'm using blue ink for my check-in. That's because with the blizzard conditions we're having here in the winter storm and what have you. I thought that I'll do it that way. That's kind of a reminder that winter is here. But I'll tell you what, in exactly 6 months, we'll be running our fans, air conditioners, 95 to 100 degrees, 85 degree heat index. We'll be enjoying the good old summertime, that's for sure. And by the way, next Friday, Seth, Justin, K9FDO, and Seth, K9DIY will be in beautiful, sunny Puerto Rico. They're being on vacation down there. They're going to see if they can check into this net next Friday. And by the way, it's just 9:26 in San Juan, Puerto Rico. It's 11:26. 2 hours time difference. They're on in the Atlantic time zone, the same time as Halifax, Nova Scotia, and St. John's, New Brunswick, and I believe Caracas, Venezuela, and Buenos Aires, Argentina are in that same time zone. They're 1 hour ahead of New York time, Eastern time, and 2 hours ahead of us. So, okay. Any more stations you want to check in? Please call now. Okay. Well, you know what? In order to kill some time here, let's do some Friday Night Fun Net trivia. This is for the benefit of those people who are listening to this net on the scanner or on the internet. They haven't gotten their license yet, but they're studying for the license. They're listening to us because they can't listen to police communication on their scanners anymore. Unless you have a digital, very expensive digital scanner, you can still monitor fire and EMS frequencies. So, all right, I'm trying to find the right questions. Trying not to read the same questions every week. All right. Oh, I read that. I read that too. All right. Okay. All right. What is the purpose of a squelch function? A. Reduce the CW transmitter's key click. B. Mute the receiver audio when a signal is not present. C. Eliminate parasitic oscillations in an RF amplifier. D. Reduce interference from impulse noise. What is the purpose of a squelch function? A. Reduce a CW transmitter's key click. B. Mute the receiver audio when a signal is not present. C. Eliminate parasitic oscillations in an RF amplifier. D, reduce interference from impulse noise. Anybody correct answer this question? Okay, what is the purpose of a squelch function? The correct answer is B, Bravo. Mute the receiver audio when a signal is not present. The squelch circuit, sometimes called carrier squelch, mutes the receiver's audio output when no signal is present. Ham radio license manual page 5-8. Find another one here. Okay, what effect does multi-path propagation have on data transmission? A, transmission rates must be increased by a factor equal to the number of separate paths observed. B, transmission rates must be decreased by a factor equal to the number of separate paths observed. C, no significant changes will occur if the signals are transmitted using FM. D, error rates are likely to increase. What effect does multi-path propagation have on data transmission? A, transmission rates must be increased by a factor equal to the number of separate paths observed. B, transmission rates must be decreased by a factor equal to the number of separate paths observed. C, no significant changes will occur if the signals are transmitted using FM. D, error rates are likely to increase. Anybody correct answer this question? Okay, what effect does multi-path propagation have on data transmission? The correct answer is D, delta. Error rates are likely to increase. Distortion caused by multipath can cause VHF and UHF digital data signals to be received with a higher error rate, even though the signal may be strong. Ham radio license manual page 4-1. Okay, before we continue, do we have any more stations that just joined us? I'd like to check the Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now. Okay, what band is best suited for communicating via meteor scatter? A, 33 centimeters. B, 6 meters. C, 2 meters. D, 70 centimeters. What band is best suited for communicating via meteor scatter? A, 33 centimeters. B, 6 meters. C, 2 meters. D, 70 centimeters. Anybody have correct answer to this question? Okay, what band is best suited for communicating via meteor scatter? Correct answer is B, Bravo, 6 meters. The best band for meteor scatter is 6 meters, and contact can be made at distances up to 1,200 and 1,500 miles. Ham radio license manual page 4-3. Okay, what type of propagation is responsible for allowing over-the-horizon VHF and UHF communications to ranges of approximately 300 miles on a regular basis? A, tropospheric ducting. B, E region refraction. C, F2 region refraction. D, Faraday rotation. What type of propagation is responsible for allowing over the horizon VHF and UHF communications to ranges of approximately 300 miles on a regular basis. A. Tropospheric ducting. B. D region refraction. C. F2 region refraction. D. Faraday rotation. Anybody correct answer to this question? Okay. What type of propagation is responsible for allowing over the horizon VHF and UHF communication to ranges of approximately 300 miles on a regular basis? Correct answer is A. Alpha, tropospheric ducting. Tropospheric ducting is regularly used by amateurs to make VHF and UHF contacts that would otherwise be impossible by line-of-sight propagation. And radio license manual page 4-1. Well, I think that's going to do for Friday Night Fun and Trivia. We'll try it again next Friday. If we have any more stations you want to check in, please go now. Okay, at this time, I'm going to give you a rundown of all the other nets we have in the area. In about 25 minutes at 10 o'clock, if you're able to pick up the 443.750 repeater in Chicago, FPL 114.8 plus offset. Night watch will be getting underway. That net runs 7 nights a week. We have 7 different net control operators. If you can't get into that repeater, you can get it via the EchoLink. That repeater is located on one of the Chicago skyscrapers overlooking Lincoln Park. So, okay. Don't forget, tomorrow night at 8 p.m. on this repeater, we got the Saturday evening rag net. I believe, who was it? Larry. I forget. K9HKX. That's right. Larry and Roscoe. He'll be net control for the Saturday evening rag net tomorrow night. We go around different times, talk about different topics and what have you. If you don't want to talk about what net control wants to talk about, you bring up your own topics, and I do that quite a bit. So that's tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. on this repeater, Saturday evening rag net. There's a Saturday night fun which is held each and every Saturday evening at 8, also at 8 p.m. on the 146.910 repeater in Milwaukee. The PL 127.3 minus offset. I didn't know this, but Brad told me that he got the idea from the Friday night fun net from the Saturday night fun net. So that's pretty good. You got to check in certain ways on that net, A through G or H through N or so forth. Some of the topics they talk about, I wouldn't even dream of bringing up on this net. The Greene County Aries Races net meets every Sunday evening at 7:30 p.m. on the 145.110 repeater in Monroe. That has a PL of 123.0 minus offset. Scott, K9YI. Oh, that's right. He ran that last Saturday. So it'll be Brandon, KD9TNU, and the Monroe will be net control. It's a combination Aries Races and Ragju net. Okay, the Big Thunder Ranch Radio Club net meets every Sunday evening at 8 p.m. on the 147.375 repeater in Belvedere. That has a PL of 100.0 plus offset. That net usually runs about 5 minutes, and it's usually at the check-in only net. The Whitetown County Aries net also meets at 8 p.m. on the 146.85 drill repeater in Sterling with a PL 114.8 minus offset. You shouldn't have any problem getting into that repeater. The antenna is located 300 feet in the air on Illinois State Police Troop 1 radio tower. Candace King, I think she's in the village of Winnebago. She's on Elida Street. I was watching looks like some of the streets have not yet been plowed. She's standing across the street from a filling station or a convenience store. Just kind of watching her. And for whatever reason, their camera, the cameraman does not have his spotlight on. Oh, look at the trees there. They're watching the 9 o'clock news on Channel 39. Okay, before we continue on with the other nets, do we have any more stations like checking to the Friday night fun net? Again, you're coming over your Friday night fish fry, steak fry, grocery shopping, or the show. You've been, you just turned your radio on, you've been copying the mail for the last hour and 40 minutes. This is your chance of checking the Friday night fun net from anywhere in the region. With Rob traffic, please call K9GCR. Okay, we got the Monday evening at 7 p.m. on this repeater. We got the Monday night rah-rah info net. Larry, K9KCG, and I share the use of net control. He ran the net last Monday, and I'll run it this coming Monday. The Lee County Aries Group holds its Monday evening net at 8 p.m. on the 146.97 drill repeater in Dixon. That has a PL of 82.5 minus offset. And the Kishwaukee Amps Radio Club holds its Monday evening net at 8:30 p.m. on the 146.73 repeater in DeKalb. That has a PL of 100.0 minus offset. Okay, now Tuesday evening, we got several different nets to choose from. We got Tuesday evening health check and social net at 7 p.m. on this repeater with Larry. H9GO is your net control operator. Immediately following that net, and I forgot to mention after the Monday night rah-rah info net, Larry, K9KGG does Morse code practice. We ask the questions, how are you doing health-wise? Any technical questions that I can bring before the net, and anything else you want to bring before the net. Also, the Rock County Public Service net meets every Tuesday evening, also at 7 p.m. on the 145.45 drill repeater in Janesville. PL 123.0 minus offset. Now, the Ogle County Hams net meets every Tuesday evening at 8:30 p.m. on the 147.165 repeater in Oregon. The PL of 146.2 plus offset. If they have time, they'll switch over to 146.595 simplex for a brief simplex net. After they get done with that, they'll switch back over to the 165 repeater with a 9 o'clock Ogle County at Amps Radio net for every Skyward. Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. on the 147.39 drill repeater, PL 114.8 plus offset. Here in Freeport, I host the weekly Stevenson County Aries net. Then at 7:30 p.m., the Greater Boyd Amps Radio Club holds their net. It's on 147.120 repeater in Boyd with a PL 123.0 plus offset. Then at 8 o'clock, here at Freeport, on the 147.390 repeater, 114.8 plus Lawson. We have our Wednesday evening swap net. Mel, K9RFD, and the trustee of the 39 repeater, and I share the duties of net control operator. He ran the net this past week, and I'll run next week. And the Mel brings us Hampton Radio News Line, 15-minute independent news broadcast of Bowden Tire to Hampton Radio. Again, I have the hard copy of the December 22nd broadcast with their version of the night before Christmas. And Thursday at 7 p.m. Well, last night I did not have the regular Thursday health tech and social net. Instead, I did the special edition of the Winnebago County Skywarn training net, asking everybody what they are doing preparing for this winter storm. So we'll pick up the Thursday evening health tech and social net next Saturday evening at 7 o'clock. Also at 7 p.m. on the 146.730 repeater in Cal. 100.0 minus offset. The DeKalb County areas that meet. Then don't forget, at 8 p.m. Thursday evening on 146.415 Simplex. Chad, W9AXD has his Rock County Simplex net. That's a good net. Not doing anything, by all means check into that net. And last but really not least, the Senile net, meets every day Monday through Friday between 1,400 and 1,500 hours or 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. local time on 14.287 megahertz, 20 meters upper sideband with Chuck, W9AXD is your net control operator. Okay, now you're all up to date on your local nets. Support your local net control operators, your local nets, your local repeaters, your member of the AM Radio Club, by all means support your local club. Okay, at this time, do we have any more stations who would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now. Okay, last station trying to check in, you were covered by static, so come on back.
K9RFD, Greg in Rockford. Short time in and out.
Try that one more time. I'm sorry, conditions are wreaking havoc. You said you were short time. Come back with your call.
Whiskey 3, Mike Bravo X-ray. Short time in and out.
W9AXD. Sorry about that, Matt. We had the conditions were kind of wreaking havoc. It's been like that all night. I got you checked in. Sounds like you have a good evening. Thanks for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Any more stations you wanted to check in? Please call now.
N9GBP, Greg in Rockford.
N9GBP, Greg and Robert. Got you checked in, Greg. We're talking about ham radio etiquette. With new people coming into this hobby, and repeaters picking up, and a couple of hams coming back on the air, it's getting back to like it used to be. Do you have any suggestions for ham radio etiquette? What do you say?
Oh boy, well I really haven't thought about that too much, but I guess, just be polite with the new people and try to help them out.
Oh yeah, that's for sure, Okay, Greg, thanks for checking in. Are you staying warm? And hopefully you're staying indoors. You don't have to go out unless it's necessary. What do you say?
Yeah, trying to stay warm here. I had to drive out to the suburbs yesterday for a doctor's appointment, but I'm glad it was yesterday, so I didn't have to deal with all the snow. But yeah, just gonna stay inside now for the next couple of days. I don't want to go out in this stuff.
Greg, I hear you. That's what I'm going to do, too. I probably won't go outside towards the end of next week. Okay. Greg, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your weekend.
All right, thanks, Jimmy. 73.
Okay, do we have any more stations you'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now. Okay, I think we're going to keep going for about another maybe 15 minutes yet there. So, okay. First of all, I want to thank the Dan, NIDCH, and the members of the 195 group for allowing us to use this repeater to host these Friday Night Fun Nets. I'm going to run down the list of stations we've checked in so far. Myself, K9GCR, W9AXD, for now he's on short time or early bird check-in. He might get back on here before I close down the net. H9GO Chad, and did I screw that up or what? H9GO Larry and Rockman. KF9SD Pat or Keep by $9 Pat Warren to check on the Friday Night Fun Net. He was telling me that I was getting a new radio. I said, I don't know about anything new radio. He said, a couple, 4 or 5 guys are telling me. He said, I'm supposed to get some in the mail about a new radio. I don't know anything about that. Well, wait and see what happens. KF9SD, keep finding $9 dollars. Check on the Friday Night Fun Net hotline. All right. Let me reset here. All right. K9YBG, Dale and Robert, N4WGN. Bob and here in Freeport, about a mile west of me. Sad to say, his wife is going to go into the hospital next Tuesday, have part of her finger removed. Please keep her in your thoughts and prayers. A9VU, Mike in Janesville. W9JTC, Jamie and Robert. K9QPL, Paul Spark. KD9SSB, Mike in Roscoe, and W9KLG, Kevin and Robert, my early check-in. Okay, short time station, I should say. Now, these are one moment, please. Okay, I want to thank Justin, K9FDO, for Justin. He had a busy day, a long, hard day on delivering the mail here in Stevenson County. K9MED, Mike, who is live streaming this net on the internet and recording it for future replay on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page. KD9DIY, Zest, and Duran, the new kid on the block. Officially checked into this net for the very first time. Well, he checked it as an early bird or whatever, and I put it down as an honorary check-in. But this is his first official check-in, if you will. N9DLB, Dave, here in Freeport, about a mile east of me. North of beautiful downtown Freeport, that's where he lives. KD9CDD, Mike, over by Rural to Davis. K9MED, Kerry, and Robert, the Duke of Digital DX, let me reset. K9RGT Norm in Overville, Wisconsin. Thank you for that beautiful banner. I'll put it up on the wall whenever. K9GDY, Jim and Boyd. Thanks for the information about the Straight Century Straight Ski Club. K9KWR, Don and Boyd. K9FLO, Dean and Roscoe. K9EPZ, Alan Rochelle, W9HF, Chad in Janesville, and better half, Erica, K9BPX. Chad is the host of the Thursday evening Rock County Simplex Net. Meets every Thursday evening at 8 p.m. on the 146.415 Simplex frequency. KD9, KD9Q. Quebec, Victor Bravo, Brian and Boyd. W3MBX, Matt and Rockford, and last but certainly not least, Greg. N9GDP. Let's see, we got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 25 on there checking. Not bad for a snowy winter night. One early bird check-in, and one then hotline checking for a total of 27 check-ins overall. Are there any more stations who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please phone out. Well, I'd like to thank everybody for checking in. It was a great turnout, a great topic tonight. Great ham radio etiquette. That's what we all need to pay a little bit more attention to that, including yours truly. we'll put it that way. So it was a great net tonight. I don't know what we'll talk about. Maybe I might do my survey next Friday night. Do you like the below zero readings or the 95, 100 degree temperatures of the good old summertime? I may consider that next week. That's not final. We'll see what happens. Okay. Any more stations want to check in at this time? Please call now. Oh, yes. I got to tell you about the Friday Night Fun Central Facebook page. Larry, KD9MED down in Rochelle. He's live streaming this net on the internet, on YouTube. He's also recording this net for future replay on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page. Go to Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page, contact Brad at AH2I or Ricky, WX9RLT, or they'll get you signed up. You'll see updated information. You'll see updated pictures of my Amtrak, further information about the net. You'll even see weather information. Listen to the Friday Night Fun Net. All day, every day, or all night, every night. This net will soon be posted. As soon as I get done, you can listen to this net or past editions of the net. Let's say at 3 o'clock in the morning. You can't sleep. Well, I'll turn on the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page and I'll listen to that. If that doesn't put you to sleep, I don't know what will. Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page, where it's Friday night, every night of the week. Next, I want to tell you about the Friday Night Fun Net Central Hotline. Area code 815-232-FNFN. 232-3636, local Freeport number. No check-in so far during the net. I did have one just before the net started with Pat KF9SD in Warren, Illinois. You've seen pictures of it. It's a traditional red desktop touch-tone telephone. When transmitting, when the phone rings, it's a real telephone ring, folks, not that phony baloney cell phone ring. Boy, we got sure one might count off. I got a scanner on monitoring Stevens County Highway. They just identified their call sign in Morse code. A lot of public safety agencies are doing that now. They've been doing it for a few years now. Okay, do we have any more stations who want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net this time? Please call now. I'll tell you what. I'm glad you enjoyed the net. I hope you enjoyed the net as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you. Oh, one moment, please. Okay. Stand by. Okay, any more stations that want to check in this time, please call now. It was a great net tonight, folks. I want to thank everybody for checking in. Oh, that's right. I gotta do my honorary check-ins. One moment, please. Okay, I'm gonna check in George, K9WSQ. Trustee of this repeater, and he's got on the 147-300. He's got Wires Expo. Do you ever get a chance to listen to that? Do check that out. I talked to a station in Okinawa the other night, and it turned out that was George's friend from way back when George was in the Marine Corps. That was great. N9WSQ. This is K9GCR, the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater and Rockford, transferring from Friday Night Fun Net Central and Freeport. It is now 10 p.m. curfew time. Parents, you know where your children are at. Lockdown. Winnebago County Jail is now going into lockdown. I remember Kerry, K9MED, was telling me he was listening to the Winnebago County Jail frequencies programmed in the scanner. Every night at 10 p.m. It's always dispatch radios to corrections officers, lockdown, time to put the jailbirds to bed. Nighty-night, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite. Now, we're going to continue with our honorary check-in. N9ARB. HC honorary check-in. Tony, REC here in Stevenson County. N9EAB. Tracy, it's better have. HC honorary check-in. You mustn't forget the beautiful Kishwaukee River Yacht Club, Top in Rockford. Dot 889 Silver Fox. HC honorary check-in. One of the best guys in the whole world. He doesn't listen. He doesn't check in much, but he listens every Friday night. Richard. N9CO in Belvedere. HC honorary check-in. We ought to get him a radio so he can listen to the digital side of things there. Okay. Okay. Yeah, checked in Mike, H9GD, HC on honor and check-in. And let's see. H9ICH Robert, HC honor and check-in, 30 and 34 check-in. Okay. I can't think of any more. So, do we have any more stations who want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Well, folks, I'm gonna tell you what. I want to thank everybody for checking in. Be sure you tell your mothers, your fathers, your sons and daughters, your brothers and sisters, your aunts and uncles, your nieces, your nephews, your grandparents, your in-laws, your neighbors across the street, down the street, next door. Be sure you tell your butcher, your baker, your candlestick maker. Be sure you tell the clerk behind the checkout counter in your grocery store. Be sure you tell tell the clerk behind the counter of your convenience store. Be sure to tell the clerk behind the counter at your local post office when you buy your stamps or envelopes. Be sure to tell your bank and cashier when you go to cash a check or something like that, withdraw money. Be sure you tell your waiters, and your bartenders at your friendly neighborhood bars, restaurants, taverns, or pubs. Be sure you tell your local mail carrier. Be sure you tell your new car dealer, your used car dealer. Be sure you tell the members of your local PTA or PTO. Be sure you tell your priests, your ministers, your rabbis, your mullahs, your ayatollahs, or your imams. Be sure you tell your local members, your local PTA or PTO. I already said that. Be sure you tell your bank teller, your stockbrokers. Be sure you tell your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your ex-boyfriends, your ex-girlfriends, your husbands, your wives, your ex-husbands, your ex-wives, your ex-in-laws, of course, your old ladies about Friday night fun. More check-ins, American Net. Make sure you have valid FCC license before you check in. We do not take check-ins from jailbirds, jammers, potty mouths, crackheads, dopeheads, potheads, telemarketers. If you sit in the clubhouse, take a knee, or clench your fist in the national anthem and scream played, we don't take this check-in. If you don't back the blue, we don't take this check-in. Plain and simple as that. Okay. Thanks everybody for checking in. This is the last call for any stations who want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net. Remember, we're in the region without traffic. Please call K9GCR. Last call for Ransom Jaw. Okay, tuning in next week, same time, same repeater for another edition of the Friday Night Fun Net. Until then, this is Jim, K9GCR. Now, close down this Friday, January 12th, 2024 edition of Friday Night Fun Net, and return the repeater and bring with you normal land radio June at 10:06 p.m. Central Standard Time. Let's see, 4 hours, 6 minutes Zulu time with an unofficial count of 34 check-ins. This is not final. I may add more before the night's over. 7-3's everybody. This net is now closed. And this is K9GCR saying 7-3 to all, and to all, a good night. K9MED, K9GCR.
KD9MED.
ON posted Mike, 2 hours and 6 minutes net, an unofficial count of 34 check-ins.
Alrighty, Jimmy, we'll get it posted. Stay warm out there.
Bet, you do the same. Talk to you next week.
Alright, we'll catch you next week. This is KD9MED, clear.